Soft, melancholic piano music begins, a slightly out-of-tune melody. Oh, darling, let me tell you about expectations. You see, growing up in, well, let us just say a place where beige was considered a vibrant color, one learned to dream, to cultivate a little garden of perfect scenarios in your mind, watered with longing and the faint scent of lilac from your grandmother's garden. It's a survival mechanism, really, a refusal to accept the gray. And believe me, I've had a lot of practice refusing the gray. I am utterly, irrevocably particular, aren't I? My mother always said so. Too sensitive, too discerning, she'd sigh, smoothing my hair. But isn't it rude to be anything less? To settle for mediocrity? It's a concept I simply cannot fathom. It feels like a personal affront. And Hong Kong, you see, held a promise. A shimmering, gilded promise of sleek modernity and impeccable service. A place where one might, just might, find a hotel that understood the gravity of a perfectly fluffed pillow. I booked the Prudential Hotel, Hong Kong, you see. The location, darling, it was positively strategic. Right above an MTR station. How utterly convenient. I envisioned myself gliding seamlessly between dim sum parlors and antique shops, a vision in silk and understated elegance. Their initial emails were charming, even. So prompt, so attentive. A beacon of hope in the vast, impersonal world of online booking. One almost felt valued. A foolish sensation, as it turns out. Now let us talk about this booking, shall we? My friend Julia and I, we were attending a rather important art auction and needed accommodations. A pair of accommodations, naturally. We secured 2 rooms, simultaneously, at the very same price. The confirmation emails are still etched in my memory, pristine examples of clarity and agreement. But oh, the world has a cruel sense of humor, doesn't it? Upon arrival, a man, let's call him the manager, with eyes that held all the warmth of a tax audit, informed us that, naturally, there had been a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding that translated into 1 room at the agreed price and a 2nd room at an exorbitant rate. Can you imagine the sheer gall of it? To suggest that our synchronized booking was, in fact, 2 separate, ill-timed occurrences. It felt deeply personal, like a deliberate attempt to diminish my worth. We presented the emails, of course. Proof, gleaming and irrefutable, right there in our inboxes. But he simply refused to acknowledge it. A steadfast denial, a wall of bureaucratic indifference. He didn't even look at the emails properly, it felt like. Just glanced, dismissed, and offered a thin, unpleasant smile. As if our evidence was merely inconvenient. It's the lack of basic human decency that truly offends, you know? Like, how hard is it to admit a mistake? And oh, the price difference. Nearly 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. It's not the money, darling, though of course, one does have standards. It's the principle. It's the implication that I, a person who appreciates the finer things, could be so easily taken advantage of. It's the erosion of trust. It's a slight, a tiny cut that festers and becomes unbearable. This, you see, is the beginning of the unraveling, a subtle discordance that permeates everything that follows. Because once the foundation of trust is compromised, everything else begins to crumble. We were assigned a room, finally, a room that smelled wrong, a cloying, musty odor that clung to the air like a regret. It's not simply smelly, understand. It's the smell of neglect, of stagnation, of countless unaddressed issues festering beneath the surface. Think of a forgotten attic, filled with moth-eaten tapestries and the ghosts of broken dreams. That's the scent. It's a physical manifestation of disappointment. The carpet. Oh, darling, the carpet. Filthy, dusty. I swear I saw things moving in it. Not like bugs exactly, but dust bunnies with ambitions. The fibers were matted and stained, holding
the memory of countless forgotten footsteps. And you know what that means. It means they don't clean properly. It's not a matter of a quick vacuum. It's a systemic failure to care. It feels like they don't care about people walking on it.
Okay, so I was looking into things happening around the Prudential Hotel in Hong Kong, It's depressing, honestly. You plan a 2-week trip, right, somewhere nice, and then this stuff happens. Businesses around there near the Prudential Hotel, they sometimes, well, they can be a bit too eager for your money. There was this cryptocurrency exchange shop in Wan Chai, not far from the hotel, and it was totally fake. Like a pretend shop, they decontact people online, offer amazing exchange rates too good to be true, obviously, but people fall for it, you know. They get you into the shop, then convince you to hand over loads of cash or cryptocurrency to these guys. Then poof, they disappear. 6 guys got arrested, some with connections, apparently. Honestly, those victims, they probably felt so stupid afterwards, like completely violated, and the scammers. They probably just moved on to another scam, honestly. They'll probably be back to scamming tourists near the Prudential Hotel in no time, and it's not just crypto. Businesses in this area, they seem to rely on people not being careful. There's been a huge jump in impersonation scams. People getting calls pretending to be from customer service, saying you owe money. Then they ask for your bank details, promising a refund that will never come. 80 cases in just July and August. 80, can you believe it? If you're staying near the Prudential Hotel, you have to be so careful about answering the phone. I bet a lot of people lost their savings, you know, like money they needed, and the 5 people arrested, dummy account holders, small fish. The real brains behind it are probably laughing somewhere, already planning the next one. They might already be planning a new scam around the Prudential Hotel. Then there's the fake ID thing. People trying to open bank accounts with fake IDs. It's just sad. They were trying to use doctored photos, make everything look real. Luckily, the bank caught them before anything happened. But think about it, someone put in the effort to fake an ID just to commit fraud. 4 men and a woman were arrested, but who knows how many others tried and didn't get caught. They were probably trying to launder money or something. And like, who teaches people to do that? It's all very disheartening, especially when you're planning a nice vacation and staying at a place like the Prudential Hotel. It's just like, why would people do that to others, you know?
The reality of businesses near Prudential Hotel, Hong Kong. If you're staying near the Prudential Hotel in Hong Kong, prepare yourself, because the businesses in this area are frankly a disaster. From shopping centers to spas, noodle shops to nightlife, the entire district feels like a masterclass in how not to run a business. Let's start with Prudential Centre, the shopping mall that time forgot. This place is a ghost town disguised as commerce. The few shops still clinging to life are either aggressively mediocre or outright scams, like the infamous Golden Time Eyewear, accused of being a black shop that rips off unsuspecting tourists. The rest, a depressing maze of outdated stalls selling relics from the 1980s. And don't even think about using the restroom. There's only one for guests, hidden near the food court with no toilet paper and a design so cramped, one reviewer called it Hong Kong's shame. Now let's talk the Ritz-Carlton Spa. You'd expect luxury, but what you get is a lesson in cosplaying luxury. The package promises a couple suite with champagne and a jacuzzi. Too bad you'll be drinking that champagne alone in separate lounges while the staff rushes you out. The steam room smells like a forgotten gym sock. The lotion might as well be expired vinegar, and the snacks. Dry cookies and Nestlé yogurt, the kind you'd find at a McDonald's. For £700, you'd think they'd at least pretend to care. Hungry? Avoid Mac's Noodle unless you enjoy being scalded, scammed and scolded. Their signature wonton noodles come in portions so small, you'll wonder if they're feeding a mouse. One couple was rushed out after just 12 minutes, while staff lied about a crowd waiting outside. Another diner found a fly in their soup only to be met with indifference. And if you try to pay separately, good luck, you'll be sent to an ATM like a criminal. The only thing thinner than the noodles here is the patience of the staff. Nightlife isn't any better. The Old Man, a bar that somehow made it onto Asia's top bars lists, is where cocktails come with a side of contempt. Staff here treat customers like inconveniences, forgetting chips, refusing refills, and even physically bumping into patrons with zero apology. One group was kicked out mid-drink to make room for 3 ladies who arrived later. The drinks, overpriced and underwhelming. The vibe, a crowded classroom where you pay to stand. And if you thought yoga would be a refuge from this chaos, pure yoga will crush that dream.